Sea, Navy, Coast Guard, and police firefighters of the United States. Guess what? So I gave you guys the War Crime Tracker Pro because I knew you guys remembered it worked one day, and that I know you guys also like Lords of Acid Lust. I heard it. And then Bernard and them. See, Joe Zillick and Bernard and Harry and Robo Knight like to be those 70s protester, like groupie type. And that's why now Bernard wants to kiss ass. So Jim Riley, Joe Zillick, Harry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Day, Perlita Quinn One, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 amphibious bassman, the All-American tyrant wants to have his face on a cereal box so he can say I did that. The Robo Rapist Knight, Ellery's, and Red Randy and Ellery, they're the groupie 70s protester type. And so what I would like to see one day is like Lords of Acid, DJ Sasha, Underworld, and like Hybrid. Who else? Oh, Orbital come through and like wallop you all down with a fry down at their music for taking and ruining their stuff. Bernard. Because that's the only reason why you do it, Bernard and Karen, is to be groupie, hippie, like tag along or whatever. Now he wants to try to be cool. See, Bernard, you had your time with Harry. And then you guys come and attach yourselves and make up a story if you don't get your way, Carney. It's not about performance with me. Like I said, you could tell in the early, like, on Lords of Acid Lust, not so much for the explicit material on the CD, but they did the music because they liked it. They did it because they liked it. It was a band. Just like Sasha's early, for the CDs that I like, DJ Sasha's CDs, East Coast, West Coast. It had a different sound to it. He did it because he liked it. Right? It was a different mood as opposed to what you guys do now and blow it up to the All-American and 70s protesting All-American Aurora Central debate team. See, Joe, the problem is, like I said, you steal shit and you change shit around. From when it used to work to where Robo Knight and them have to be the ones that supposedly, run the world and you don't. That's why, Bernard, quit spearheading cultural revolutions when you guys didn't even figure it out about your own. My mom and Ellery couldn't even figure it out. What? When I said the Beatles. Stan, Joe, you didn't figure it out. You were sickos. You came through other people's working stuff and then trashed it to set in your supposed point. If you were the minister's son, well, if you wanted, the minister's son wanted to be a pedophile rapist, so he does it to have control either way, to be famous. Robo Rapist Knight. Bernard, you're groupie, dude. The very thing you guys say that your culture downplayed on, you become, Bernard. Your political regime. And then if it doesn't work, you throw a carny fit. No. Or Perlita's fag attacks. You see why it's all like melancholy around here, Bernard? Robo Knight, Harry, Joe. It's because the group of you guys came in and fucked shit all up and then cut up people and cut heads off. Did all that nasty shit. Instead of letting the kids that actually got along and worked together to get it to work, But Red Randy and the Freemanity there and, Carney, Chance, it's about their trophy fucks and like having a number count for their war. See, that's why I proved, Perlita, you're not a real raver. Because you weren't around some of my friends when we were first getting into it. Just like the Go movie right at the end. The guys go, they missed the rave. And so they just did it themselves. They had the tape and they went to the beach. But you guys look at, well, they were gay. But maybe they weren't, Perlita. It has nothing. You guys turned it into your political protest for Team Biddet, Fat, and Ellery so you guys get attention. And so the Queen let you guys, after Cowboy Man went over there and fucked shit all up. They gave him his attention, but he's not the real Prince Charles. And then he tried to hook up with my cousin, or Elizabeth, an older man trying to sleep with a younger woman. That's you guys' hillbilly stuff, Bernard. You guys have the dumbest excuse for YouTube yet to justify your pathetic war so you can inbreed with the Oyster Cracker Man and the Colty boxes. Point is, Joe and spoiled Robo Rapist Knight, you guys collect everybody's shit. and you don't know what you're doing, and you talk shit to say, "Oh, we won the war." If you left shit alone and they didn't kill the boy and didn't mess with my shit and have Red Randy run his rape tanks of the sports all football with Harry, you guys wouldn't have to live in the shit pile you created. That's why I said, that most likely my enemy is going to be my neighbor, and probably rightly so, because he really didn't know what was going on at Jamaica Street or Pickett Street House, but you guys were all in it, and that's all about Ellery's drive to screw a young child, or you, Harry, or Bernard, and so they let you. And like I said, they let Charles and Joe and the Indians merge with Dave and all them making fun of the Mark Twain Clay movie and PBS and all that stuff you guys did, and it didn't work out too well for you, huh, Joe? So eugenics doesn't really work like that, huh? See what happens, Bernard, when you take something from the children that was meant for them and you fuck it all up because you think you're a badass, and then try to sit in people's property and try to claim to be people you're not for Perlita and her right to ghetto survive. They let you ghetto survive, Perlita, with your Negro con, all right, and it turns you all into rapeless stank. So try again, Carney Bernard, but see, the thing is, it never belonged to you guys in the first place, and you got an answer overseas and from my friends. Good luck. And so they get the Tractor Pro, because that's what they were in the originally anyway, Harry. The military branches Tractor or War Crime Tractor Pro, because most of them never wanted to go to war to fight you guys' protesty battles. I bet they wanted to be ravers and do cool stuff, but you guys, well, keep sending them to do the work that they probably never wanted to do anyway. So you have a lot to learn, Karen Faust of the Country Western, because Perlita called SEALs and fighter pilots and submariners stupid. And I came out here to do something personal for them for after 9/11 and the crap you all put them through. They didn't want your torture machine turned back on, Bernard, because it means you're a groupie liar and a faggot trying to cover up for the All-American. And if the All-American didn't exist and wasn't in everybody's shit, we wouldn't have problems. So go ahead, 1961 amphibious base experimentator man. But you're the one that fucked up everybody's shit and took it in your pilgrimage across the earth experimentating. And I didn't want it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people didn't want it either.